we've got another idea. The Get Your Kit Off campaign is looking for clothes donations to help the homeless in Leeds, and next week is the deadline for donations. Ryan Snape is from Change, Grow, Live, Leeds Street Outreach Service, and can tell us more about Get Your Kit Off. Ryan, thanks for joining us on BBC Radio Leeds. How are you doing?
I'm very good, thank you. And yourself?
I'm very good, thanks. Firstly, very catchy name to call anything Get Your Kit Off. That's important for a campaign, is that people can remember it. You've had a great response to this, haven't you?
Yeah, it's been absolutely fantastic, and I think it's really encouraging to see our community, certainly within Leeds, get together and really rally behind this. It's really fantastic.
Of course, it's been difficult for charities, hasn't it, over the last 12 months and so, and charities and organisations trying to help. But if anything, people are in need more now, perhaps, than they have been in previous years. So it's hugely important.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And I think charities, just as well as anybody else, have really had to adapt over the last 12 months. And it's just fantastic to see everyone pulling in the same direction.
So the idea is people donate clothes, obviously, and then you can distribute and you can help the homeless in Leeds. Well, we'll get on to homelessness in Leeds in just a moment. But let me ask you from a practical point of view, for someone listening right now thinking, do you know, I want to do something good. I want to help out. I'm staring at a wardrobe and I've got a load of stuff in here that I don't maybe need anymore. What kind of clothes are you after?
Any clothes, really, that people feel are suitable and appropriate for somebody. Obviously, you can imagine, certainly in the weather conditions at the moment, winter clothes are more appropriate. But, you know, I think a lot of these clothes that are going to be donated are going to be going towards a lot of the individuals that have moved away from rough sleeping. Certainly during COVID, we've had the government's Everyone In campaign, which was a fantastic initiative. And we've also been going through a severe weather emergency protocol system at the moment in Leeds. So there's been a lot of effort through the Leeds Street Support Initiative to get people away from the street-based lifestyle. And these clothes will help people in the new chapter of their lives.
Let's talk about homelessness in Leeds and how big a problem this is. I mean, you talked about the weather protocol there. It's been bitingly cold over the last few weeks. Fortunately, it's picked up a little bit now. Just tell us about homelessness in Leeds. How big a problem is it, Ryan? Is it something that's growing? What's the current state of the situation?
I'd say we're very fortunate in Leeds that there's been, as I said before, there's been a massive effort around the Everybody In campaign. It was hugely successful. We've got a fantastic partnership initiative in Leeds called the Leeds Street Support Team, which is a collaboration between Leeds City Council and Commission Services, all working together to ensure that the most appropriate and suitable support is in place for these individuals. It's probably unfair for me to speak about numbers because the number can fluctuate quite frequently. But what I am pleased to say is the numbers have reduced and will continue to reduce as you know all the partnership working continues.
And the kind of practical problems that rough sleepers face that maybe we don't think about. I mean, obviously you mentioned the weather protocol there and what a difficulty that causes. That's a kind of obvious one. But what other ones are there, the kind of practical problems that maybe we wouldn't have thought about but are really prevalent for rough sleepers?
I think it's fair to say rough sleeping is a complex issue, and there can be sometimes a number of reasons why somebody could be rough sleeping. It could be a relationship breakdown. It could be, you know, somebody suffering from health issues, mental health, physical health, or it could be someone feeling isolated. But what we have got, when I've previously mentioned the street support team, I'll mention some of the services that are part of that. We've got Leeds Housing Options, Bevan Healthcare, Forward Leeds, Barker. We've got Simon on the Streets, who work in partnership with our team, and St Anne's Resource Centre, St George's Crypt. So there are a lot of services available in Leeds. But I think what the street support team has done over the last 18 months or so is ensuring that all these services are working together collaboratively to support those individuals, to ensure that when they do want to access services, that those services are accessible for all.
Well, it sounds like you're doing a fantastic job. And I know, I mean, you've had like Leeds Rhinos rugby team sort of getting behind this as well, haven't you? Which always helps when you can get some sort of high profile faces and stuff.
Yeah, I believe they've been involved, and I think I spoke to Malcolm Michaels Butchers, who've been a massive part of this from the start, and I think a big thank you needs to go to their customers, because I believe that a lot of the clothing that we have collected has come from surprisingly from their customers. It's fantastic. I do think that in Leeds this generally happens, that people do come together and support one another, and it's fantastic.
I know we're into the last week for donations now. There is a deadline of that. It's been running and will run until the 28th of February. What is the way to donate if people are listening right now thinking, yeah, do you know what? I want to do this. I want to do something good. I want to help out. You guys are obviously on the way to doing some really good work here, but the more stuff, the better, I guess. How do people do it?
So there's a collection box in the food court of Leeds Market, but obviously due to COVID, I appreciate there'll be a large number of people that can't access there. So what I would suggest, you can either contact us on Twitter, which is at Leeds SOS. It might be worth following us and sending us a message, or you can email the team at leeds.sos@cgl.org.uk, and we'll get back in touch and ensure that we can collect the items.
Okay, great stuff. Thank you. Look, keep doing the good work, man. Good to speak to you. And of course, once this campaign is over, it doesn't solve the problem. It doesn't end there. So if people want to take a look at the website, Change, Grow, Live, well worth looking at, and how you can get involved, how you can help as well with homelessness in Leeds. Ryan, really good to speak to you. Thanks so much for spending a bit of time with us today.
Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Will do. Keep well, mate. There you go. That's Ryan Snape from Change, Grow, Live, the Leeds Street Outreach Service, to tell us more about Get Your Kit Off. You've got a week to get involved in that. Go and take a look. See if you can do something to help out as well. Okay, here's something new.